What if caregiving was not just sacrificing, but also growth and transformation? The sacrifice mindset focuses on depletion. It focuses on scarcity. It focuses on only their needs matter, not mine. Hi, if you're new to my channel, my name is Shama Mehta. I'm a board certified chaplain and educator in the field of spiritual caregiving. The sacrifice mindset plays a huge role in how we approach caregiving of our loved one. It focuses on the idea that the needs of my loved one matter more than my own, that I will sacrifice my needs so I can be there for my loved one and take care of them. While this may feel okay, what this subconsciously also does is fosters a sense of resentment. Some sort of grudges begin to develop. And it also leads to burnout and identity loss. And when these feelings come up, it can lead to even more feelings of disconnection. It may feel meaningless to be a caregiver. And it narrows down caregiving to a mere obligation rather than a calling, rather than a responsibility that you are inherently proud to offer to somebody you love. So as I function as a chaplain and in my professional life and in my personal life, I have seen my parents take care of my grandparents, and coming to a point where we're showing up for our parents more in terms of caregiving situations, I really had to take the time to think about what it means to be a professional care provider in the work that I do versus a personal care provider in relationships, in my own personal relationships. And this brought me to the realization that when we talk about from a Hindu perspective, the concept of dharma, that this is my dharma, this is my responsibility, my duty towards my parents, my loved ones, that I take care of them. And because it's such an expectation, it is easy sometimes to lose sight of the fact that we get to take care of our loved ones, which is a luxury in itself. It's a privilege in itself too. And it may not sound or feel like it while while you are in the thick of it. So one of the things, mindset shift, that had helped me a lot is to see this as my dharma, as in this is the most right thing for me to do in this context of time. It also helped me to see how compassion can play a huge role in how caregiving relationships play out. And when I say compassion, I don't mean compassion towards just the person that we're taking care of, but also compassion towards our own self. So I want to talk a little bit more about shifting from the sacrifice mindset to a growth mindset, a transformative mindset. When we talk about a growth mindset, we are focusing on the fact that I am in a situation like this. What is the situation asking me to become? Yes, we've talked about identity. Yes, we talk about what roles we end up playing. But what does it do to you as an individual? So an example of what a mindset shift would look like was to start to think about caregiving as a path to transformation. Instead of thinking that only their needs matter and mine don't, I encourage you to think of, through this, I grow in compassion, I grow in resilience, I grow in my soft strength. And I want to be upfront about the idea that we are not romanticizing the idea of caregiving, but what I am encouraging you to think about is to think about this in a way that we are not denying the hardship of what it means to be a caregiver, but we are honoring the hardship, that we recognize what caregiving can do to individuals. And the reframe then is to think of an expansion of ourselves rather than diminishing who we are. From a dharmic perspective, caregiving can be seen as seva, as selfless service, in honoring ourselves by honoring and taking care of our loved ones. So I want to offer that mindset shift about moving from a sacrificial mindset when it comes to caregiving and focusing a little bit more onto the growth, transformational side of being a caregiver. So some tips on how to use this in your daily life would be to reclaim the sense of agency, in that thinking of your caregiving as I have to do this versus I get to do this, and I choose to do it with love and compassion and strength and grace towards myself as well as my loved one. The other piece would be to think of this experience as teaching us different aspects and deepening our understanding of principles such as compassion and resilience and empowerment and actual true presence. And while we're on this journey, to recognize that while we are taking care of our loved ones, that we also take care of ourselves. Taking care of ourselves, the idea of self-care is not against your role of a caregiver. It is inherent and important and crucial that you take care of yourself as you take care of other people in your life. In my own personal and professional life, caregiving has given me deep meaning. It has transformed my relationships, and it has also given me opportunities and continues to give me opportunities to grow my compassion, my resilience, and contribute immensely to my spiritual growth as well. So the next time you find yourself thinking, why me? I encourage you to maybe think about it from this perspective. What is this trying to teach me about myself? What is this situation trying to teach me about who I am and who I'm becoming? And if you are ready to reframe your caregiving journey and you're ready to take the next step, I invite you to get a copy of my Caregiver Clarity Map workbook. It is a step-by-step process in which I walk you through different aspects of caregiving to recognize where you are in each of them, and also provides you with tactics that you can use on everyday basis and incorporate in your daily life, whether in your caregiving situation, in your professional life, to allow you to be a better version of yourself and to live even more deeply and more fully in joy and in service. Thank you for watching so far, and I would love to hear from you. What is one way that caregiving has already helped you grow, even if you haven't had a chance to admit it to someone? I would love to hear from you in the comments and love to get into a conversation with you about it. Take care. I'll see you next time.